So in the latest installment of TikTok's worst soap drama, Elphaba has had very embarrassing posters of her put up across the entire city she lives in. And these posters weren't very nice about her, so you can only guess what's coming here. That's right, outbursts, screaming, and guilt tripping, just to name a few. The entire scandal has caused so much terribleness and mess, and it's only getting worse. All of you need to see this TikTok live drama unfold, as it's genuinely the most insane Elphaba situation I've ever seen, and that is saying something. So hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. I'm Jake Baz, and I'm really sorry I have to go down this road again, but this Elphaba entire problem is just getting worse. If you don't know her, I'm very happy for you, but she's a TikTok liver that seems to profit off every single scandal that she gets in. A prime example of that here. That breakdown is because she's not allowed to leave the house because she had scabies. But there's plenty more shouting, screaming, problems, troubles to come. So, yeah, she's essentially just a UK lol cow here. And, like, really, as well, her dramas seem to, like, age like a butterfly. Just give him a couple of weeks, you know. And the major one we're going to talk about here is because she has moved to the magical city of Manchester, which is genuinely terrifying because she's getting a bit too close to home. A bit, go away, please. And in response to this news, someone called OnlyTony official decided to give her a lovely bit of a visit by sticking posters across the entirety of Manchester showing the kind of actions that she's done. And like, seriously, these outbursts are just something to behold. And quickly, before I show you all this, if you do enjoy the video, please do hit the like and sub. I'd love to see you back. So these are the posters that have supposedly been posted all around Manchester with the important attention notice. So everyone looks, and it's in black, which is it's not the best way to stand out. All I'm saying, Tony, is that if you're going to do a poster, maybe don't make it on MS Paint. Like with a parental advisory thing, nah, this is just, it's not very well done, but it's a start. And the poster reads, "It's come to our attention that the parents and guardians should be more aware of an individual commonly known as Elphaba Orion Doherty on the TikTok platform, posting and live streaming inappropriate content on a 13+ app." Which, I mean, that part is kind of true. The stuff that she does on that platform is so weird, and the way that she rinses her fans is even worse. So, like, it does make sense. Like, it's a bit weird to be putting posters up around the entire community, but I've seen worse happen. And I don't really know where I fall between these posters, because at one point it is actually like people should actually know the problems that she does, but at the same time, it's just odd. Elphaba has triggered many by lying about having autism, Tourette's, and also faking seizures for financial gain. Extremely distressing to watch for viewers. Yeah, she's definitely done that. And the way she sort of glazes over all this, as we'll see, it's quite a sight to behold. But then there's this bit that I do disagree about putting anywhere near a poster. It has also been highlighted that although no charges have been brought against her, Elphaba has admitted to sending certain images to people underage, and has also used apps like, which I don't have a clue what that app is, to live stream certain suggestive behaviour with children watching. But Tony, this is unfortunately where you could bring yourself into quite a lot of problems, because you're pushing something which hasn't been proven in court when it's something that is so serious. We're going to cover some of these stuff later, but I think it really comes down to the fact that, well, it's not proven. We need to treat it like a Paul breach of, you have done this, it's fucking weird, instead of posting them on a poster and putting them out in the public, especially when to some of these specific claims there is actually no or little proof. I hate to defend her, and I know she's done weird stuff like this, and she's been very inappropriate, but we need to take this stuff seriously. So this Tony seemed to have taken a bit of a dislike to Elphaba, which, I mean, welcome, nice to meet you. And he seems to be on a mission to hold people accountable, which I can kind of commend, but the way that he does it, I personally don't agree with it. But because of this, he decides that he's going to drive up to Manchester and with these posters, which I'll show you in a second, actually go and give her a visit. And, well, he didn't end up visiting her, but he definitely scared the living life out of her.
I'm just fueling up here at the minute, but Elphaba, this diesel is from the people who support this. A lot of people are fed up with your behaviour when it comes towards minors. It's not a hate campaign against you. This is a campaign to spread awareness for a lot of people who are doing wrong in the south when it comes to young children. People who support the page.
I'm not sure why you're flexing how much money you put in a car. That's a little bit of a weird concept. There's many ways to go about noticing these certain allegations, and usually it's through something called the police, you know. And I think the idea of someone running up the M1 to go and teach Elphaba a lesson is just a little bit weird. We'd rather go through, you know, the legal channels, just my opinion. And also, all this is going to do is cause more problems, cause more trouble, and cause more drama, as we'll see. This was also followed by another veiled threat of him driving up the motorway. As you can see, he's getting his miles in. Be with you very soon, Elphaba. But because he seems to be actually following up on his word, Elphaba, she tends to lose the plot a little bit around it, because obviously this is someone that actually has a problem with her and actually seems to be coming towards it. I think it's just the fact that usually she can just hide behind a screen and just get into another scandal, but this seems very personal.
No, I'm not going to stop, because no one's sticking up for me against this group. No one. Elphaba exposed. Imagine you getting banned. Imagine you getting banned everywhere you go. Imagine you getting banned every single where you go because of these people calling up the place. Imagine, right? Let me try and say it's not dramatically. Imagine people calling up a place where you want to eat, so you get banned and you want to pay for a normal meal and you just want to go. Imagine getting banned from gigs that you put you in your rent money, your job, your singing, your stuff.
So yeah, this Tony seems to be working with someone called Elphaba Exposed, which is like a group which seem to expose Elphaba, who'd have guessed, kind of in the name, innit? And also about all the banning stuff, I will show you that in a second as well, but it's just worth seeing the way that she acts around this, the fact that someone is coming to actually teach her a lesson in that sense, and she seems to be blaming it all on everyone else. The idea of, imagine having to get banned somewhere. Well, I don't do these certain things on TikTok Live every single day, week and month, which get me into trouble and more trouble and more trouble. I think it would be very justified if I did even 10% of the things that you do, that I would get barred from everywhere possible. But she never thinks about that, because she's always had and always will have this victim complex. It's never my actions, it's what other people do to me. Which is kind of like blocking the toilet and then blaming it on a ghost.
Imagine people trying to get you arrested. Imagine people trying to end your life. Imagine people putting posters of your face all over the city. This is a witch hunt.
Well, she stayed in character. It is a witch hunt because you're Elphaba the witch. But once again, Elphaba, this is the problem. You have certain people that want you to have these nasty things done to you. Like, that is always going to be a thing on social media. I've had that. Everyone's had that. Everyone has had that has been on a social media platform. But the difference is you get a larger proportion of that because you are such a terrible person. People that want you in prison, it's for very justified reasons that need to be proven in court. And the problem is with the certain stuff that we're talking about here, it's really hard to prove. People are witch hunting you, if you'll pardon the pun, because of the way you are as a person. It's not because of every other little thing that isn't to do with you.
This is a witch hunt. This is not awareness. This is a witch hunt. This is a modern witch hunt. This is, back in the day, I would be dead by now. But now it's on social media. This is a witch hunt.
I don't think back in the day you'd be anywhere near anything. you'd be in a workhouse. Maybe she has us there. Maybe she does. Maybe she's right. This is just a modern witch hunt, and we're all the problem.
And they will end up succeeding if they go too far. Imagine Elphaba passed away. Do you understand? That could push me. I'm not kidding you, Mum. I know you're watching this, Mum, but I'm serious. I'm serious. It could go that far, Mum. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I am so done.
And then that's the big kicker for me. The certain threats to do something very, very harmful to oneself. Which is kind of proving the point that you do not deserve to be on a platform like this where people that are going to be supporting you are under the age of 18. Why would you drop something like that on them? And then also that in no way is going to stop all of the problems that are coming towards your way, because they are all experiential. They're all due to the past. Every action you've done in your past has built up to this moment. For you to deflect it in a way which becomes then victim blaming in a sense is absolutely disgusting, and you should be nowhere near a TikTok live app. A lot of haters, and I know that a lot of YouTubers, including myself, have said multiple times, if you're going down this rocky road, you need to go to the doctors, you need to get help, you need to sort out your mental fortitude and become a better person just generally on TikTok, on anywhere. And then when you threaten, don't do this or I'll do that, because of the fact that this is actually going to happen and it's going to hurt your reputation, which is already as thin as an A4 sheet of paper. As much as like I take the piss out of you, and as much as quite a lot of people do take the piss out of you, it's because of the stuff you've done. And I don't agree at all with you using this as a deflection point because of the fact you've been found out. I've said so many times, I want you to go to the doctors, I want you to seek attention, I want you to get mentally well, and you're not gonna. And I can trust myself in saying that, Elphaba, considering I know the sort of stuff that goes on here and I've experienced this sort of stuff, I cannot believe that you're trying to peg it on someone else. Don't do this. Actually turn off the live, go off live for ages, sort yourself out. And the reason why I think this is a veil threat is because, as you can see here, she definitely has a change of heart around the situation once it actually happens.
Have called the police themselves as well. This is not okay. So I'm going out and I am sorting this shit out myself, and let's go rip the out of these disgusting posters. And if you keep putting them up, we will continue to rip them and find them.
I'm not sure that's a slay that you thought it was, Elphaba. Like, yeah, you're going to rip up these posters, but what else are you actually going to achieve? What is a one-man army in Manchester going to do if there's supposedly 3,000 posters around the area?
Okay, I'm going out and I'm ripping this off the wall. So if you do see one, please contact the police, my darling.
This is something she keeps bringing up as well, the fact that people need to contact the police about them because it's slanderous, and she does actually call the police, which I'll show after this, but I just don't get it. There's so much actual evidence there, and the fact that you're trying to totally dismiss them with photos and screenshots, which I'll show later, it's shocking. The fact you're going on the attack after being defensive about 20 minutes ago, it astounds me. I just don't get her. She flip-flaps. I could never, ever read her.
If you want me to sign one, let's take the piss. I'll sign one for you, bitch. I'll bring a pen out.
So she seems to be quite jovial about it and laughing about it, which is very odd considering the way that she acted about 12 hours before. And also, for about one poster? You're only going to be dragging one poster down? Well, why are there so many others? What's the point of you going out if there's only one poster that's been put out? What, are you going to rip down?
My support will never ever stop. So let's go out together. Let's go this. I love you so much. Let's go. Stand for my rights. Let's go, bitch.
Bringing the rights into it again. Once again, nothing to do with it. It's like consistently the fact that she is the person that she is. She takes it as some form of like blanket defense to everything that comes towards her, the fact that she is who she is. And the most annoying thing is you haven't come far at all. You have moved slightly. You've moved from terrible to absolutely terrible. You might have more viewers than you did back then, but you're still a cunt.
I can't be live. The reason why I say that is because, one, my friend doesn't want to be in it. Two, I don't want to be live because I like to take time for myself and I want to rip them down, and I'll be collecting them all. I'll be going all over Manchester. I've got money for Ubers. I'm ready.
The most dystopian thing I've ever heard her say is the fact that she wants time to herself. Considering the amount of times I've seen her sleeping on streams, the amount of times I've seen her doing absolutely nothing on there, I don't know where that tact has changed. Why has she started doing that? But obviously in true Elphaba fashion, that's just another lie.
We will not stand down, and we will not be tolerated with hate. We won't tolerate it.
She's almost as good as Martin Luther King with her speeches. But alright, Elphaba, let's fight fire with fire. Let's break a terms of service rule by deciding to get people to spam in someone else's chat and get banned again. She is actually addicted to getting banned and getting herself in terrible situations. She will never leave it. Just leave it alone, Elphaba. Oh my.
We won't deal with my rights being taken away. My people are my people, not yours. You will not be stealing my people away from me. Haters or not, they're my people, my haters.
What does your rights have anything to do with the fact of the way that you are, Elphaba? That's all I want to know. So the thing is, that the most annoying thing for me is that I actually start to feel quite empathetic for her, and I feel like this is a terrible situation. I don't really think this guy should be putting posters out about her with stuff that is totally not proven, especially when it's as serious as what it says. But then what Elphaba does in a typical fashion is she'll decide that this has something to do with something that's totally unrelated, and you're attacking her because of her character. How many times do I have to say, Elphaba, this is absolutely nothing to do with the fact of you are who you are. No one cares. Well, the small majority do, to try and attack you on that sense, because they think that it's easy to get at you by doing it, but I've never done it, and I also don't think it's right. But then when she tries to blame it on every single terrible situation that she's done, it actually astounds me. It astounds me. I've never seen anyone like it. And this can also be perfectly seen in her Instagram post that she was actually spamming at the time. This is the first one that I saw that she's no longer on Movie Star Planet 2. We'll talk about that later, because she was speaking to a lot of people that weren't 18. She also stated that she went to the hospital due to the fact of this entire situation for SH. So that happened. I don't really want to touch that. I feel that there's a lot of ambiguity there, and she's also lied about doing that before, so I don't actually know what's going on there. And the fact that she was in a totally different mindset 24 hours later tells me that it's probably not the case. This is obviously following that live stream where she was saying that she was going to do stupid things, and well, I really hope you get help, Elphaba. But I think the last thing that you need to do if you've experienced something like that is not go on a TikTok live within 24 hours of doing it and pretend that nothing happened. But yeah, she's fine. She's got the legal people, police, onto this situation, because apparently putting posters around is illegal. I'm not sure it is. And then she also says, I didn't want to publicly say I was there because I'm just scared of the internet. Well, she said it about 5 times. And also posted potential proof, so okay. She then shared one hate message of someone being horrible, saying that they're going to get bats and go visit her, which, once again, that's obviously something that you shouldn't do and should never do, and it's ridiculous that that even happens in 2024, no matter how horrible the person is. Leading for Elphaba to take some time out. Around the situation as well, she said, I feel like my mental health is failing a little bit, and I'm feeling small and tired, and I do not feel good, and this feels so trapping. And yes, this situation is quite trapping for someone, because obviously she's been sort of forced into something that's quite big. Like, she's getting posters put around the new city that she lives in. Once again, if you feel like your mental health's failing, instead of actually commenting about it and saying these horrible things on the internet, just go and get yourself checked out, and then actually don't go on TikTok live every single day since. Take a week, take a month off. It's been over a week for my video. My mental health dipped, and I went and looked after myself. I've always stood on the fact that I do want you to be as best as you can, Elphaba, but unfortunately that revolves around you being off the site that you should have been banned on 5,000 times because you just constantly cause scandal. She also says, I feel like a joke and a laughing stock, and well, you always have been because of the stuff that you do, which is why you shouldn't be on the platform. And slightly before all of this, she managed to get a poster in her hand and decided that she wanted to read it out, because obviously if they're saying lies about you, that's what you want to do on the internet.
Do you know how I've dealt with it? I've called the police. They're on their way to mine now anyway.
She always talks about, like, multiple times, I've seen it so many times, about her calling the police and getting the police over. Well, where are they? Why do they never show up? And oh, they're on their way now, the police. Or to a guy that's going up the M62 where you can't see where he is or what location he's at. Yeah, they're definitely coming for you. If you're in a serious situation, just stop with the veiled threats, because it just makes everything worse.
It has come to our attention that parents and guardians should be aware of an individual commonly known as Elphaba posting live stream and streaming inappropriate content. Elphaba has triggered many about lying, having autism, Tourette's, and also faking seizures for financial gain, extremely distressing for viewers to watch. It goes more deep, which I'm not going to discuss on live because I already know that's a lie. I'm not going to be repeating that kind of stuff. But this...
everything's a lie in Elphaba. Always is, just everything's a lie.
Now, the autism thing, I'm going to address to you right now as well. It's stupid. Karina, it is so stupid. It is so stupid. I agree. The autism thing, we all know. We all know what I've said in the past. I've already addressed this, and I really hope that you all want to go look back at what I've addressed. But I actually think, and other people think, I am, and I have been told this by a professional themselves in the past, I am 100% suspected autistic. You can hate me or you...
I am 100% suspected autistic. So your deflection to the point that you pretended to have it to go into a competition to then win that competition is because of the fact that you're suspected to have it. Like, I suspected to have a fart earlier, but it ended up being a shit. Like, what sort of methodology are we going on here, Elphaba? What's going on here? I just can't rack my methodology around her position at all. I've never understood it, and I never will. I never understand how you could lie so persistently, and when there's such serious things on this poster and she's just batting them off as like, oh, well, I've said it before, and then explaining again in another bullshit way, it loses its substance. And I also know as well that whenever she does get caught for stuff like this, she does tend to get the past sprung up, and she says the exact same things again, and it's almost like a block, like a brick wall against all the problems. Or it's always excusable. It always is with you, Elphaba. You've never done anything that you genuinely said sorry about. And it's also weird throughout this entire clip that she doesn't actually mention the last paragraph, which is the most serious part, which I would be having a go at. Moral of the story there, Elphaba, is if you think you've got something, go and get tested. You said that you were going to be tested when you were younger and it never worked out, and it didn't work out because you're lying. Like, just go get tested and then worry about it. So this whole calamity happens. She rips up all the posters in Manchester. No, she doesn't. And then she decides to pave her way off and actually, for once, do an apology video that was on her actual TikTok, like uploaded on her channel. Which I will also note, I won't show any of the comments because of the fact that I don't want to put people in these videos. They don't deserve it. It's just about Elphaba. But all of the negative comments have been disabled. They've all been deleted. So, very well thought out, Elphaba. It seems that you managed to get rid of the haters by literally just deleting every comment. So my guess before watching this is going to be a total defiance of accountability.
I would like to make a video regarding the recent posters put about me over the country. So this week, out of all the blue, there's been people messaging me saying that there's going to be posters put about me all over Manchester, Nottingham, London, Bristol, all the places pretty much in the UK. And I just want to raise awareness to show how harassing and stalking this is. And I want to say, please do not believe a single word that comes out of that poster's mouth. These people who want to say they're protecting children, right? I would like for you to do a DBS check yourself. And I would like to have you share that on live stream. And on top of that, if you are against gifting, then why are you earning gifts on your live stream? It just doesn't make sense to me, like, why you're earning gifts on a live stream if you're so against gifting and you're against people sending you money, but you're the one earning gifts yourself.
So she's really turning this on the Tony in the room, and it's because of the way that he has acted and gone about it. Yeah, what he's done, I think, is personally wrong. He shouldn't have done it that way, but he's done that. But for her to spin this entire situation into, you need a DBS check, which is basically like checking your background. I'm pretty sure your DBS check is quite clear, Elphaba. But the problem is, unless you've been found guilty, that's not going to be shown. And then also the gifting thing, it's not the fact it's against gifts totally. It's about the way that you present it. And you present gifting by being horrible. You just scream and shout, and it's scream and beg and beg and beg. And it's a little bit of a small discretion to just allowing them on your site. But, you know, come on, cook.
This is to raise awareness to TikTok Task Force, or as you know, TikTok Power Rangers, who are ruining people's mental health and not actually protecting children.
And I do actually agree with her there. Go to the police. Don't just whack it on a poster and throw it somewhere else. And this is the problem why I'm having this dilemma, because it is terrible. Like, what they have done, they shouldn't have done. But at the same time, her responses just tend to make everything worse and make everything about these certain blames. Like, I'm not a blame for this, I'm not a blame for that. Like, that's it. That's all she has. She won't address the actual accusations at hand. She would just rather throw them off and just victim blame someone else.
It is not okay to belittle someone's life like this and to make them feel small in their life. I want to come on live, do a proper, mature, calm video, because I feel like that's very important to do so. I have become so desensitized now that I'm just like, yeah, let's do this. It's just kind of like a yeah moment for me. Like, I'm so used to this kind of stuff. I hope to anyone that's watching, you understand what I'm going through. I will now be sharing your responses on the situation, and I want to say thank you so much for the support.
The reason you're so used to this stuff, Elphaba, is because you continue to do this stuff. I don't even understand where she gets her mentality, her thought process from. It's all just out of whack. And then just throwing in the bias of all of the DMs that you've been sent, which as well, she put them all on her Insta story, so she's doubling down on that, and it's the confirmation bias of, oh, well, if I've got tens of people supporting me, that must mean that everyone else's opinion's valid. And then to throw this at the end, all of the different people that have supported her, the tens of people that have supported her, that definitely throws off everyone else as illegitimate. Like, all their points are wrong, right? No, obviously not. What she's done is what she's done, and what we see is what she's done. Like, come on. And using all of these different DMs as like confirmation bias, which, bear in mind, she also put this on Instagram so people could see that people were supporting her as well. It's just trying to defer the blame of like, oh, well, I'm in the right because look at all the people that are saying it. I think if you compile a quick Excel of people who are supporting you, people who aren't, you would be very much upset, Elphaba.
I have to talk about this. Only reason why I say that is because they are now trying to ruin my life, stop me entering places, stop me doing things. If I was such a threat to the public, don't you think the police would have dealt with me by now? And it's been over a year and a half. I have faced some allegations in the past due to my platform being so huge. Now, these allegations have been false, and I am completely innocent in the situation. If I was a pedro, or if I was a... So I can't say the actual word, because I might get me banned. Don't you think I would have been arrested by now by the police? It's giving LGBTQ plus hatred. Now, recently, I have just seen a...
And once again, for Elphaba to go onto the, it's not me, it's who I am as a person, that has nothing to do with it, Elphaba. It is true that you do get this sort of hate on social media. I've seen it myself. I've seen it on my videos. I always get comments on my videos like that, and I ignore them. You do get unjust hate because of that, but you don't do the stuff that you do and get away with it no matter what. You can't fake autism. You can't fake Tourette's. You can't fake all these other problems. You can't pretend that you've got stuff. You can't go out when you've got scabies. That's all you. And no matter how many times that you try to project yourself as this well-known figure that can do nothing wrong, well, it doesn't stick. I'm losing the will to, you know what.
People who don't have a platform, who are hateful towards LGBTQ+, are jealous towards my platform and my attention that I am getting because they're not getting it themselves. Could be money, it could be platform, it could be fame, it could be things like that. I just personally want to say I wish everyone love, I wish everyone support and peace, because there's enough crap in this world and we don't need more crap.
About to get yourself off TikTok live then, Elphaba. Hell.
Say that please don't believe a single word of these posters, and if you do see these posters, please do take them down if you do see them, and I'd really appreciate that with all my heart. You are incredible people, and you know, when I meet people in a nightclub in real life and I'm chill, I'm such a chill person deep down. Everyone who knows me in real life, they know that I'm just such a chill person. Especially Evil Queen and people like that who I know are fellow creators who know me personally, and they know that I'm nothing like that.
The majority of what's on that poster, Elphaba, it's not a lie, and yeah, you might want to think about how you speak about this stuff. Just the total disinformation of just pushing everything to the side, not addressing it, and then just being like, oh, it's lies, it's lies, it's lies. They're doing it because they hate me, they're doing it because they hate me. And yeah, that's true, they are doing it because they have a very bad disliking to you, but they have that very genuinely. We'll cover some more of these bits further on, but I just, oh, my brain.
If you want to go the correct way about it and to report, do it the right way instead of actually taking the law into your own hands, because this is actually criminal. This is a malicious communication and harassment and stalking under the eyes of the law.
By the way, it's definitely not stalking under the law. That's not what it is. You do have these weird creatures like when that one showed up to your door a couple of weeks ago, but that's not this person. They're spreading posters, which I think is potentially illegal, but what, like, come on. Oh, I keep saying come on because I'm just sick of it.
But what I don't respect is that people believing things they see online. Now, this has happened to a lot of creators in the past that have fallen to victim of this, and it's just basically taken my right away to enter places that I don't even cause any problems to. Now, There have been some beautiful businesses that I've been able to enter into, and they know me and they're so kind. So I do want to say a shout out to those people, and thank you so much for understanding that I do get a lot of hate online.
It's just a cycle, innit? Like, I'm not even gonna note it. They've done something very bad. It's not right. It shouldn't be there, but it's got absolutely nothing to do with it.
These people are the ones who are very jealous of my following, and it's just so sad to see, because you could be doing so much more. You could be singing, you could be doing your things, content, but why do you have to resort to this? Me. Over your platform, when you could just be showing your own talent.
What's your talent, Elphaba? Being an arsehole? Like, what? Where are we going here? What is she chatting?
And also, I will not be talking about them ever again after this video. I just wanted to address this and let that be, and have that video out there, and make sure that you all understand that this is insane to have about you. Imagine you had a poster about you, one was looking around and thinking you're something horrible or something in.
Well, she ran out to the 10-minute mark. Very mature, as she says, very mature of her to do that and then not actually conclude. And overall with this video, I cut out quite a bit of it, and I also had it on heavy speed because, I mean, I was losing attention. But as much as she could say that it's mature, kind, and she's doing this thing, and what is happening is wrong. It definitely is. But the amount of times that she could do that and then just direct and deflect everything away from her because of the fact of who she is, it makes no sense. It's not right. It's not anything to do with it. It's the fact of every single drama that you have done in your past and present and will do in the future. Also, she thinks it's well thought out, and then this happens halfway through it.
I want to say thank you so much. Now here are your responses. Thousands of people do not agree.
It was that well thought out, that well planned out that, I forgot to watch it back and see if I'd done it wrong. Before I show you some of the more spicy bits, I thought that I'd show you trying to rip up one of these posters because I found it I was pissing. But yeah, it's wild. And while Tony was doing this, putting these supposed 3,000 posters up, which only ended up being 100, so, I mean, she is slightly overflating how big of an issue it is, but at the same time, still really wrong to do. But Tony ended up going all around the Manchester area, and he was looking for certain bouncers to ask questions about how is she like, what's Elphaba like, and this brought up some more dirt on her.
Quick question, buddy. Yes. So she's known in this area a lot?
Pretty much.
She's barred from here, yeah?
She's pretty much barred from. So my company, we've got pretty much 90% of the doors in the village.
Yeah.
And we've we've been told on our group chat not to let her in.
What, argumentative or?
Argumentative. Obviously, recording your call, you're transphobic because we won't let her in.
Also, just any excuse to use it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. Thank you very much, and thank you for taking the poster as well. I appreciate it. Thank you.
That doesn't sound like Elphaba at all. I don't know where they're getting that from, but yeah, I just, it really makes sense, doesn't it? It does. When you think about the entire discography of what she's done and the kind of person that she is, to say that she's such a sweet, kind soul, fitting in by being bad in 90% of clubs in Manchester within a couple of weeks of being there is actually quite commendable. I'm sure if I was that much of an arsehole, it would take me maybe a couple of weeks to get up to that level, but she's just blowing it out of the water, isn't she? It's such a big reflection on your character that you blame these certain things that everyone else spots and points out, but then it ends up just being because of the person that you are. Well, yeah, it's the person that you are, but it's when you're being a cunt. But I can't be arsed of it at the moment. I really can't. This has done me. This has really overdone my brain. So let's get back to some normal stuff. And something that I did realise on Elphaba while I was looking at these videos is that she does have a very good knack of editing, as I showed you earlier, where she forgot to put something in. And this time she puts the wrong thing in. She is just a true genius queen.
This is Ireland. Oh, hello.
I'm so sorry. That is not the most ideal thing to show up on a screen. I've seen better photos of you, Elphaba, I won't lie. I'm always super scared of getting my mug out on the internet, but I think that would actually finish me off. At least she sees a light in her being finished off by 2 photos by herself. Poor woman. And that is one mistake done by herself, but I think also her fans might have done a mistake by deciding to get t-shirts with her face on and sending it to her. The day that you see me with a t-shirt with my own face on it, please do, like, hang me out dry. I can't be bothered.
Ah, that's sick. Look at this. That's, oh my god, that is just crazy. I can't believe I got a t-shirt of me. Sorry, that's my first ever time, like, sorry, I feel so honoured with my face on it.
You always go on about people doxing you, Elphaba, but you seem to be perfectly fine with giving a random fan your address to send you something. But it is a brilliant t-shirt. It's a brilliant photo of Elphaba the Witch as Elphaba. Just manifesting the West End show. And, I mean, I've seen her now use this photo in multiple places, so she seems to love it.
My t-shirt. I made it. I made it. I wanted to buy some t-shirts anyway, so I'm glad I got some ones and it's my face on it, so what more could I want?
How have you made it, Elphaba? Have you made it to get to the charity shop? There's some really good stuff in there. I'm not digging that. It's just, usually it's your unwanted things, innit?
No, this is so cool. No, I'm sorry, but look how cool this is.
The problem is, Elphaba, it's probably not the best fitting t-shirt I've ever seen, maybe because it's a cheap print, but like if you look down at the bottom, like you built like a rectangle. I know you're not built like that. That is not what your body shape's like. What? Also, the text on it looks like word art. I won't mind getting some merch sometime soon, but I don't think I'll be delving into her contacts to try and get any.
She said, I want to give you like a little something. I got it free of charge, and she just sent it to me to basically just like be so kind and so sweet.
Oh. Now, what do we think of that one? What a slay. Such a slay. I can't do this. I can't do this video. What is that? There is not an ounce of vainness in her body. Full stop.
That's a sick t-shirt. It's got a scene on it. Like, it's got like a... I love it. The colours.
By sick t-shirt, do you mean that it's the person with scabies? Yeah. Honestly, Elphaba, and you could take my opinion with a pinch of salt, I don't mind, but I don't think that's something you want to be seen out in public in. Just my thoughts. Me, on the other hand, I'm grabbing some. Where can I get these? Where can I get them? Please, tell me, at me, please. So they're brilliant. I really want one. But one thing that I did also notice about Elphaba was that she was talking about becoming a trendsetter on the TikTok platform, following all this drama, because obviously the best trend to set is being a twat on TikTok live. And you don't believe me? Just look at her viewers. It's clearly working.
I want everyone to do this on TikTok. And a 3, 2, 1, and do this. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. It's gonna be #1 in the charts.
Actually better than what I've heard from the majority of you singing Elphaba, so fair play.
Oh, we can add that in. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. Oi, oi.
Seems that her being ladylike, supposedly, has lasted about as long as her last scandal, which is approximately 24 hours, because there's obviously somebody else that's always churning.
Thanks, everyone. Was that good? Was that fun? Did you enjoy that? Like, you know, I'm good at making songs. I'm very proud of myself for making songs. So yeah. Alright, it's so emotional, isn't it?
I'm in the feels now. So emotional. No. You know what, Elphaba? You have seriously given me some emotion, because I am actually tearing up. What a beautiful sight to see. You really are going to be at the top of the charts any moment now. When am I going to see it on SoundCloud? So, we've had fun, we've had enjoyment, we've had laughs, we've had cries, but we are also in a video about Elphaba, so unfortunately it's been 3 clips, and we've got to drag you back down to the level that she's on, and that is with constant drama and problem causing. And to start off, I'm going to quickly go through the problems that have been caused from this poster stuff still, so I'm dragging you back in, I'm really sorry, but it's because of the fact that that bottom part of the poster where it's talking about the people and the things that she does and says towards children, well, it actually might have a little bit of substance to it. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact of this Movie Star Planet stuff. So she started playing a game called Movie Star Planet, and she put on a story that I'm gonna be on Movie Star Planet, add me, this, that, the other, and she was going round on it. It's a child's app, and it doesn't seem like the best place for a 19-year-old woman to be. And with this clip that was shared by Elphaba Exposed, you can see the certain stuff that she's doing. She's adding people that are friends on this Movie Star Planet stuff, and she's doing it when they're very much younger than her. So she wants her fans to come on and come and do this or that, the other with her, but then she's also meeting random people and adding them as friends, which I don't really understand when they've got their age in the bio. You have to, as a content creator, be in the position where you understand that that's probably not a good idea. Especially when in the past you have been caught for doing stuff that's also weird and odd. And I'm not throwing accusations out here. I'm not saying that you've done anything. I'm really not. But just think about what you're doing. All of your fans are younger than you, under the age of 18, because everyone else that is a day older than that will manage to get the sentience in their brain to understand how much of a terrible person you are and what problems you cause on TikTok Live. All I'm saying, Elphaba, is that if you're going to go on a child's app, don't be hanging around these certain places and adding people as friends that are really not in the position that you are, or in a position of power like you are. The thing is, it's like trying to explain myself up a wall. I cannot say anything because it's just so obviously like you just don't do it, like, unless there's an ulterior motive. And if there's an ulterior motive, there is something that is very, very odd there. Once again, no accusations. I'm not relating it to the posters in a sense of what they're saying is true. I don't know if it's true. I'm not going to believe it until I get solid evidence for it. But please do think about your actions, because when you do stuff like this, it makes it a lot easier for people to put that on you. And the fact that you don't even realise that is like levels of stupidity that I don't even want to comprehend. But this expose, which shows multiple instances of these people with like the age in the bios joining, accepting friends and things like that around Elphaba, led Elphaba to go on a bit of a meltdown. I'm not going to show the meltdown, but I will just state this because I saw a video that was about Team Exposed, and this is what she has to say about this whole MSP situation.
They've actually sent threats to my mum as well. So they've sent threats to my mum, they've sent threats to me, they've doxed my address, they've doxed my mum's address, they have emailed places to get me banned, they have sent me fake police reports. They've also sent the police to my door.
So they've sent fake police reports, but somehow the police ended up turning at your door. I wonder how that works. And for them to put police to your door, that actually shows that they're trying to put some action towards what you're doing, which makes a lot of sense. And it's also actually what you implored for in your 10-minute mockumentary that you did about the entire situation with Tony. So which one do you want, Elphaba? From my understanding, this Team Exposed, they do have quite a few members which are on the weirder side, but I also thought it was an account. I didn't think it was a group. And if it is a group, fair play. They're all working together to get her off the app. But you can always do it in ways which is not demeaning to her. Like, I know that so many people put so much horrible stuff up about her and pretend and misgender and everything like this. So why don't we just attack her on what she's done and the kind of person she is, and not what her makeup is and what she decides what gender she wants to be? Why do people even try and go near that? I would presume it's just one person that said something off and then she managed to victim blame the entire way through it, but I'm not entirely sure. She doesn't show receipts. She doesn't give any explanation about it. So I'm as clueless as her. I guess we'll never find out, but I just find looking at this like, what is going on? Why are you doing this, Elphaba? Why are you doing all this to yourself? You just cause these problems and then you say you don't want drama, but you cause the drama. You're the instigator. And another example of her being the instigator is this here. So she was on TikTok Live having an argument with Evil Queen's TikTok Live. It was really weird to see. Evil Queen has started to do this thing where she's another TikToker where she does like these drama exposés where she just gets a load of people to shout at each other for an hour, and that's apparently entertainment. And Jay is coming out with these receipts about these certain things that Elphaba's been doing, and Elphaba decides to take it a little bit off rails, and she gets the pants pulled down.
Because I will get you involved with the police as well, babe. I promise you. You know
Roll
that.
the police for what? What have I done?
So the police are on the way now because someone's saying something about you on live. Well, I should probably check my doors, shouldn't I? I'm counting my days.
Bigger.
Yeah,
What is it?
where's this woman as well? She hasn't joined back. Maybe she was like scared about it.
Oh my god, yes, this person.
So these are texts where someone's saying they're thinking about you. I think they had a bit of a flirty thing going on. And this is Elphaba saying it, right? Okay? So she knows.
She was like scared about it.
Oh my god, yes, this person. So this person's not a minor. They stole 80 pounds of my petrol money, and he's the one who hit on me. I've got literal proof and receipts of that shit. He was 18 years old. I was 19. I think I was 18, just turned 19.
Who are you on about? Who are you on about?
Oh no, bitch, I know who that is, and I will tell you who that is. I'll give
That's
you the
me and you.
fucking
That is our conversation. And that's you talking about me.
Okay, let's...
So she can do all this and that and, you know, just be sassy and stuff. But I know who this is. I know who this is. Oh, yeah, it's me. Oh, shit. It just shows that she makes up so many situations about it. Either that or she put herself in dirt, because the first thing she said was they're not a minor. And why would you say that unless there's something a bit odd going on, when it's nothing to do with that situation in hand? She just blamed someone else randomly. I feel like I'd ask Elphaba to turn the TV on and she'd cook on the stove.
Conclusion, that's me. That's you on about my mate, and that person down there is my ex's name, my partner at the time.
Let me see.
You can all have a lovely read through.
No, that's the 5th of September.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Do you know what? Yeah, that is me. I admit to that. Go on, yeah.
You could just see the mental gymnastics going on. She really can't choose what to do with her mind. Almost like everything she's doing is a facade, and it's always hiding something else. Well, that's gonna really do well when it all catches up on you, innit, Elphaba? Yeah, it will.
Do you know what people were saying to me? They were saying you were doing stuff about mine. Right, this is fucking relevant. You're just a clout chaser. You're just a clout chaser, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. So this stuff, right? This stuff. You were leading me on, babe. You were leading me on.
You're just a clout chaser because you were leading me on, so you were chasing him. So how is he a clout chaser if you're the one chasing? Have you thought about that, Elphaba? In fact, have you thought once, full stop? Have you just thought? Have you just thought? I don't think you have. And I can't even be arsed with this. I watched the entire thing that was like 40 minutes long, and it was just full of so much of this, and it just really boggles the mind as to why do people spend time on TikTok Live watching this shit? And why is she even getting platformed in the first place? But I don't know what to take from all that. And Elphaba, please just stop. Stop embarrassing yourself on TikTok Live and grow a pair and actually decide that you're gonna grow up for once and just be a normal person, and you don't have to be like this. But truly, the only way that you're gonna be some form of normal is when you're away from the app, and you should have been banned months ago, and you do keep getting banned, but you keep coming back. So I'm giving up. I'm throwing it at a wall and hoping it sticks. But also, I would just like to bring it back in as well, because I showed you a clip earlier where she was lying about having a certain disorder, and well, she's done it again during the whole Tony situation, which to this point, I'm sick. I'm sick of so much of everything she's done, and every single time she does this.
What that context of that video was, and I actually posted proof on it in my story like ages ago at the time, but it's old stuff coming up now. It was actually an eyeshadow brush on my eye that went in my eye, because I did it wrong, obviously, the makeup routine, and I blinked up and I was like, but I did it very...
The thing is with me with this one is she brings this certain example up every single time, and that is not true. It's objectively not true, because there is multiple other instances of you pretending to do these certain problems, these seizures online, and it was very obvious that that is the thing that you were on about. So I don't know, Elphaba, you can stop doing this, please. Just stop. Just admit when you're wrong for once. After all this scandal, all these dramas, all these controversies, issues, all these problems that keep happening on weekly basis. What would you think here? What would you put yourself in the shoes of Elphaba Orion Doherty, right? You are a 19-year-old that has a problem to give against the world. You didn't get your West End job that you wanted and really wanted, and you still believe you can, like Cal the Dragon believes that he can play football professionally. In the nicest way possible, I would try and strive for that dream still, but I wouldn't decide to go down an avenue of social media which spawns all this hate when I am built like I am. You're built as this terrible person with a horrible character that tends to just drag yourself along TikTok live and keep going forward, causing dramas, problems, scandals, everything in between, and you do it every single day, Elphaba. At first I made these videos to be like, oh, look at this person, they're doing stupid stuff online, they're scamming the fans, but it's only getting deeper from here, and every single time I go on, it always seems to get worse. I've never actually seen anyone on social media, anyone on the internet, that has ever acted like you consistently and to a point and managed to get away with it all. It actually baffles me. If someone did 10% of what you've done, they would have been banned permanently forever, everywhere. They would be silenced from the internet, and that's totally fine because of the stuff that you're doing. I think you should have been banned a long time ago. I still think you do. If you have any sort of mental health problems or issues that could even arise around these situations, actually go to the doctors, go get checked out, go look after yourself. Don't go on TikTok Live, which is the problem that keeps spawning all of these issues back to the forefront. Every scandal and drama is your fault. You created all of this, and as much as you might be in this sort of lows as opposed to the ups, you need to understand that if you're at a low, you can't go any further by staying on TikTok Live and being this problem. Everything is to do with you. Yes, the people that come out and they say these horrible, nasty things, they will always do that. They will never not do that. I've had stuff like that. Every single creator has, and you need to deal with it, unfortunately. It is just life. Or at least life for being on social media doing this stuff. But the fact that you decide instead to victim blame yourself, and then when it gets too much because of the stuff you've done, go into defense mode and pretend that you've got these problems, these ailments, things like that. So people feel sorry for you, and realistically they should never feel sorry for someone that does stuff like you. But I really do have some compassion, Elphaba, around your ups and downs. I don't want you on downs. Everyone that is doing something like this wants you to be a better person. I really do want you to be a better person, but will you be? No. Will you ever be? No. At least that's what I can see, because you constantly go back on your own words. I'm done. I'm done with this situation. I'm done with all of your situations. Just sort your act out. Get off TikTok Live. Go seek help. Because as well, you chat all this stuff about prison and that you're calling people up and getting the police to come help me. And that's good. That's fine. That can happen for however long. But then when you do this sort of stuff, which do merge into like these illegal territories, and that does catch up on you eventually, Elphaba. So if you think you've done anything like that, go get help. But the best self-help that you could do, Elphaba, is just pissing off. But please do let me know what you think in the comments around this whole situation, because it's insane. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit the like and sub. I'm sorry that I've been away for quite a while, but I'm coming back with more stuff. I've unfortunately just had quite a few health problems, but we're good now, so we're cooking. And yeah, I've been Jake Baz, and I will see you later. Take care.